W. Norton Agency was started by my grandfather, W.L. Norton, William Lafayette Norton, who was a banker in Cleveland, Georgia. The bank closed and he moved his family in 1928 here in Gainesville with two small children and had a third child, our father, in 1928, and founded an insurance and somewhat maybe a year or two later a real estate company and headquartered in I guess you would call it a WeWork space today in the Jackson building. He had sold insurance products during his years at the bank, and he felt comfortable with that product. He bought a small agency and starting a business in 1928 and the stock market crashed in 1929. It was kind of hard scrabble Appalachia. Gainesville wasn't what it was today, so he had to reach out to the surrounding communities. He became a state senator in the 1950s from this district. We know that he sold a house sometime in the 1930s on Green Street and continued to sell real estate and insurance side by side.
Somewhere along the way, he, with some partners, bought some land just way out of town where the Green Street Pool is today and developed the first subdivision in town.
1938 and 39, he bought General Longstreet's vineyard. The house had long burned, and he planned a variety of streets. He couldn't get credit at that period of time, so his partners were the government workers, and they each built a house on the worst lot in the neighborhood, and that's today Longstreet Hills. It was the end of the trolley line and the end of the pavement. He was the first person or first firm to renovate a house on Green Street into an office building by taking the Matthews Ham house, which is now the Fudgery, and turning it into an office building. And he subsequently did a number of others on the street. He and my uncle's help, created that historic district and that historic envelope and preserved Green Street. And today we have 34 houses, historic houses on Green Street that would have all been torn down.
So Dad had to leave the University of Georgia and come home and run the company. So I guess he was 21, 22 years old at the time. He came home to help run the family business, and then Granddad got better, and Dad finished his degree at the University of Georgia and then came back home and started with the company. They had an office where they had one single desk and they would face each other in a small little office and worked together. When we were in school, Mom was the school counselor for Hall County. She went to University of Georgia, got her psychology degree, came about a quarter short of a doctorate, but she somewhere decided that wasn't for her, and so she joined the company.
She was actually the first agent and the first woman in the real estate industry in all of Northeast Georgia. We were able to purchase our parents out some many years ago.
But the beauty of our company, I think, truly is that there is this huge separation in what he does and what I do.
And we own everything 50-50. It's very unique in business to have two brothers that get along, that are driving together. And we both have the foot on the accelerator.
Yeah. We renovated Hunt Tower. There was the Royal Theater was right next door. They tore it down and they built a parking lot. It's just a parking lot. Frank took that wide open space and made it into a little mini art museum. And his desire to create art as an improvement of the community is now seen all over the community. But that's the lasting impression that I'm going to not take any credit for it, but that Frank will leave on the community, is that his idea is to make Gainesville that pretty cool place. To take Hunt Tower, which was a hotel, I remember going there and getting my hair cut, and there was, I think the Kiwanis Club met there in the ballroom, And today you walk through there and you think it's always been an office building. Well, it was really a vibrant hotel at the time. The office building on Green Street was a home, and instead of throwing things away, we sort of incorporated some of the old parts that would have been thrown away, and we built them into the building. But the uniqueness of a character of rebuilding or reconstructing something that is already there is not only a challenge, but it's pretty fun. And the end result, I think, is far better than what it might be if we just started with a blank slate.
I think history and buildings give a community character, a legacy, but a soul. It's the roundness of a community. It gives you roots. And not every building should be saved, but it provides a generational perspective of where we were, where we are, and where we can go. Our family doesn't leave its name behind on many things, although there are a few Norton Streets that Granddaddy did. But my grandfather built one of the coolest neighborhoods 70 years ago in Longstreet Hills. I hope 30 years from now, they can look at our Liberty Midland, they can look at our New Holland effort, and those are the coolest places to live generationally throughout Northeast Georgia.